have so many exciting things to share with you in this video. Make sure you watch it the whole way through because there's great stuff from beginning to end. Hey, but that's the case with all of my videos, right? I want to start with this necklace. I have to give a shout out to YotaStyle. She gave me this, and I will link her channel below. I wore this in my last video, I think. She gave me this for Christmas. It's gorgeous, and a lot of you agree that it's gorgeous and wanted to know where she got it. So I asked her, and she got it from, of all places, Cracker Barrel. I think they're only in the States, so if you are overseas, then you are out of luck, unfortunately. And if you have a Cracker Barrel near you, then now you know where you can get one. Also, I've got Roxy here with me. Hello, Roxy. And we've got some treats from YotaStyle. Yes, she's very interested. She'll get those later. And we're cuddled up together in this blanket from YotaStyle. She really outdid herself on Christmas gifts this year. And on my desk, I'm staring at this gorgeous painting from YotaStyle. So many shout outs to Yota. She deserves it. And if you haven't watched her channel yet, make sure you click on her channel link below and go check it out, please. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you are new, or if you haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, I have lots of great things coming up for 2020. And this video is going up on New Year's Eve. Transition between 2019 and 2020, a new year, a new decade. For some of you, I think you'll be seeing this in the new year. So Happy New Year, whether it's New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or beyond. I wish you a very happy New Year. I know some of us are very glad that 2019 is over, and I have a lot planned for how to make your 2020 better in a lot of different ways. So if you're looking forward to improving your life in 2020, or you're interested in luxury on a budget, then make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. I have an exciting thing to start with here, a little unboxing. I already know what it is. Where are my scissors? There they are. This is from my friend Jill in New Orleans. She is JillyBunny8 on Instagram, and I will link her below too so you can check her out. She was very kind to send this to me. She got a few of these with things in them for Christmas, and since she had several and she noticed that I didn't have any, and she's such a sweet friend, she sent me one of these. She sent me a funny card as usual, and in this tissue paper somewhere deep inside is one of these fancy schmancy Christmas 2019 Louis Vuitton shopping bags. She didn't want me to feel left out. It is quite lovely, I must say. You've all seen them 100 times, but there we go. All right, thank you, Jill, and thank you, Yota. And let's get on to the content of this video. I thought one of the nice ways to wrap up 2019 was to tell you about my favorite purchases from this year, not all of which I have talked about on this channel, so let's jump in. First on my list is a recent purchase. It is this pearl bracelet. Let me separate my other bracelets from it so you can see it a little better. Oh look, I'm also wearing this Evil Eye bracelet from YotaStyle. But the pearl bracelet is what I'm telling you about. I got this off Amazon, and it came with two other bracelets. It has a magnetic clasp, and I just love it. I think it's so pretty. I've worn it a lot, more than any of the other bracelets that I purchased recently. And there's another wrap bracelet that I'll show you here that I also love. I've worn this one a lot too. The pearl one only wraps around once, but there are some other ones that you can find on Amazon that wrap twice if you want it to be a little more full. This other bracelet wraps twice, and they're both very inexpensive and very pretty. My favorite jewelry purchases of the year, though, are those that I got from award-winning fine jewelry designer Jill Maurer. She has such beautiful pieces, and I'm very lucky to have a couple of them. This is the Taurus necklace and the Brahma earrings. You've seen me wear them all the time on this channel, and that's because I love them so much. I will link her website below and a discount code if you would like to get something. And I do plan to buy a few more pieces from her. I've got my eye on another necklace and a ring. I expect to pick those up sometime in 2020. I just recently, just today actually, got this earring holder. I have so much jewelry, and I do wear most of it. This is some of it here, and then I have some more stashed in other places in my closet. And usually when I run out of space for earrings, or anything else, then I do a purge, I do a declutter, and I clean out things that I don't wear very often. But there was nothing right now that I really wanted to get rid of. And one of the reasons I wanted to get this stand is that this is especially great for bigger earrings that are wider, that can't just sit next to each other easily in those two little holes. So they take up more space. And maybe they're longer. And the 3 levels are each a different height from the one below it. So the bottom one allows you to hang the longest earrings. And since I do like to wear a lot of statement earrings, this was a must-have for my jewelry organization. I also have a lot of handbags and need more organization for them. So I bought a bunch of these S hooks. They're little metal hooks for my closet. And here's how I use them. I hang them in the closet and then I'm able to hang bags from them. Now personally, I wouldn't hang bags that are heavy, where it might damage the handle, having all that weight pull down on this little S-hook curve. I also wouldn't hang vachetta from there because I could get some discoloration just from that little strip of the vachetta touching the metal and not getting air exposed. I feel like at some point the rest of the vachetta could darken and it could leave a lighter space there. But I am hanging some of my other bags that aren't so expensive, that don't need such a delicate touch, and some bags that I don't use as often, especially some of my larger totes that take up so much space on the shelf, and it's okay to hang them. And I have them hung behind my big mirror so they're out of the way, it doesn't look so cluttered, but they each have their own hooks so they're easy to access when I need to. Okay, you guys are gonna think I'm an idiot for this, but one of the things that I found on Amazon this year that I did not know about was third-party chargers for Apple products. Like, duh, right? But I always thought if you need an Apple product, you have to go through Apple or go through a third-party vendor like Best Buy that sells Apple. Nope. There are other third-party brands that make chargers that will work on your MacBook and on your iPhone, and they're so much cheaper than the Apple products. So I purchased a few chargers for my computer so I don't have to go back and forth, because you know their chargers are like $100. I use my laptop in my office here, and I also use it in the living room a lot, and I take it to work. So I was carrying that thing, unplugging it, rolling it up, plugging it back in, doing that several times throughout the day. It was just really annoying and a little time consuming, so I was so glad when I found these. And for those few of you who are like me and did not know about that, now you know, and you're welcome. I think we all know that one of my favorite purchases this year by far is my Louis Vuitton desk agenda. I purchased this one straight from Louis Vuitton. They can be hard to find. I'm not sure if they're currently in stock, and they're also pretty pricey because, you know, it's Louis Vuitton. So you can definitely go through places like Fashionphile and The RealReal to find better deals on these, and you can still find them in great condition. But something else that I love is this notebook that I got for it. It's one of the Stylogy notebooks, and I will list that below. It has a very light grid on it, and it's numbered and dated up here, and I have made use of that for sure. It's just a great notebook to keep me organized. And then I also added this plastic cover to it to help protect it a little more. And I added these monthly tabs from Erin Condren, and I will link all of that below in case you want to get a notebook like this to start off your new decade. I just love this. I love everything about it. It has been worth every penny to me because I use it every day. I also, as you know, was on the search for the perfect pen pouch and finally found it. This sweet little leather pouch from Amazon, like $10 or $12, and it's real leather. It has the other side of the leather, like the suede side on the inside, and it's just perfect. It's small, it's compact, it's not heavy, it's malleable, so the structure of it doesn't get in my way. It wasn't super expensive like this expert pen case that I found from Louis Vuitton, also one of my favorite purchases this year. I got this on The RealReal, if I remember correctly. I had looked for this for years and finally found it. But this stays on my desk. This goes everywhere with me. And frankly, this gets more use. And if you are someone who has some kind of rolling cart that you take to work with you every day, then you know what a pain it it is to find the perfect one. I found one several years ago. It's actually a sewing machine cart. I've tried so many of them. I've tried those big plastic boxes that collapse. I've tried scrapbooking carts. This is the only one that has held up for as long as it did, but it finally died this year. The wheels had fallen all apart. So I purchased a new one, and I'm so glad I did. It was a little pricey at $60, but if you buy those things, you know that they are a little pricey, but it has a great capacity for storage. It holds pretty much everything I need. It almost holds on my planners. And since it's exactly the same one that I had before, I know it will hold up for a long time. So I'll link that below in case you are in need of a new cart too. I also was able to pick up this year this camera. This is the Canon G7X that I use for vlogging. I used it for Vlogmas. And what I love about this, not only is it a really high quality camera, it has a larger sensor than most cameras this size. It has all the manual functions, but it has this screen that flips all the way up like that, or it'll flip down like this too. So it gives you a lot of options for being able to film, and especially to vlog or take selfies if you do that sort of thing. This is a fantastic camera. I pair that with this fantastic tripod. This screws right onto the bottom. It's called a Yoogi Gorilla Pod, and if you do any vlogging or traveling, or if you just want to do some selfies that are a little farther away than handheld, this is such a great thing to have. It's lightweight and compact, and it's a bendable tripod. So wherever you go, you can find somewhere that you can attach this camera to. So it's not sitting on the ground, you don't have to hold it. You can put it on a tree limb or a pole or a bench or whatever and set it up to take pictures or video. And it's just super duper handy. You also know that I recently got very into subscription boxes. There's one I haven't told you about yet that's one of my favorites, and it's the only one or one of the only ones, I haven't quite decided yet, that I'm continuing through 2020. And it's called Simple Loose Leaf Tea Company. If you like tea, this is such a great subscription box. It's only $10 a month, and I have two of them here to show you. This is the December box, and I just got the January box today, so I don't even know what's in that one yet. And I haven't gotten into the December box because I was doing all that David's tea from the Advent calendar. So they send you a little pamphlet that tells you all about the teas that are in your box, and you get 4 different teas each month. Here are these 4, and then on the back you can see what they look like. So there's a Hathakuli Black, and it tells you where they're from and the proper brew temperature and time and how much tea to put in and whether it's caffeinated. So this one's from India. There's a Holiday Black from India, an Evening Herbal from the US, and a Chunmi green tea from China. So that was the December box. Let's open January and see what I got. And while I'm doing this, the other 2 subscription boxes that I'm thinking of continuing in 2020 are Mind Wander. That was one of the mental health boxes. I was really impressed with all the material that they had to focus on your mental health, so not just the products, but what this box was designed for, the activities for you to do, the things for you to write out. I thought it had more in the Mind Wander box than the other one that I did, Therabox, so I think I might go with that one. And I also really enjoyed the Wine Dog box that has dog items and wine items. That was fun, and I might continue that one too. So here's how this one came packaged. It has a little postcard from the company, a little holiday card. It has the paper again telling you about each of the teas in more detail. It also, I had already taken these out of the other box, and you may recognize these from Vlogmas. I wrapped some of my presents in here and the do-it-yourself advent calendar. These are little brew bags. I don't need those because I use my Rebel teapot. I will link that below too because a lot of people were really curious about it. And let's see, ooh, here, I'll show you these first. So that's what we got, and then here are the 4 different teas. Oh, those are so pretty. Purple Jasmine from Africa. Hibiscus Cider from the US. So pretty. Wild Berry from China. Wow. And Ceylon Supreme from Sri Lanka. I don't think I've ever had anything from Sri Lanka. You can't go wrong with this one for only $10 a month, and you get, I think it's 4 tablespoons in each of those packets. And then of course you can go to their website and order, if there's something that you really love, you can order it in a larger quantity. And my ultimate favorite thing that I purchased in 2019 The Chanel Shop in Moscow tote. I love this so much. I bought another one just like it, but in black, and I really prefer this bronze color. This is the small size. I got it from Fashionphile, and I've talked about it a lot on my channel. I can link the videos below about it. I've probably worn this more than any other bag. I love it so much. It's practical. It holds a lot. It's surprisingly, you'd think it might be hard to match this bronze color, but it goes with just about anything I have in my wardrobe, and it's just so beautiful. And it's soft and plush and gorgeous and Chanel. Oh, wait a minute. There's one thing that I might have appreciated even more than the Chanel bag, and that was finding out who this person is using the Embark DNA test. I'll link that video below. It was pretty exciting. I don't think anyone would guess from looking at her what her DNA results came out to be. And we do love our little Roxy, don't we? She's the perfect mix of everything wonderful. And on that note, it's time for the last cookie of the decade. Roxy, are you ready for a cookie? You want a cookie? What a good girl. Good girl. Oh, Baron, you can have a cookie bear. Good boy, Bear. Cheers to you all. Here's to 2019 and a new beginning in 2020. I wish you all the very best, and I'll see you back here next year. Have a fantastic decade.